Alright guys, what's going on? Hope you guys are doing well today. Today we're going to talk about the five apps that I live by religiously. These apps have really changed the game for me. They've made doing Driveaway more efficient, a lot easier, a lot less stressful. They really help me with planning and all kinds of different things. So we're going to go over that today. Hope you guys get some value out of this. So grab a cup of coffee, grab a beer, water, whatever you want to drink, and let's get started. Alright guys, top 5 apps. Let's get down to it. These are not in any particular order. They all have different elements that I use them for mainly. But they have made my life a lot easier, a lot more efficient, and a lot less stressful. So hopefully you guys will have the same results as I have. If you guys have any additional apps that you like to use, leave them down below, and you know, share the wealth of knowledge with us, and we can kind of collab and get some good information out there for everybody. So app number 1 is probably one of the more important ones on the list. It is called Rome to Rio. This app has been a game changer in every aspect. If you're like me, I prefer to do rentals. I don't really like to do public transportation as often. I kind of more rely on Uber and rental cars. But if you are going to do more public transportation, this is a great way to find out times, find out how to get to your destination based on these routes. For example, if you are flying into Chicago Midway, there is a route that you can take that will get you back to Goshen without having to rent a car, without having to find like somebody to drive you over or anything like that. You don't have to do Uber or anything. You can just hop on a train, hop on a bus, and then hop on Amtrak to get you over to Goshen. It's really, really good, guys. The one thing I do recommend that you don't use on that app is the airline tickets. They tend to be very expensive on that app. I do recommend using other sources for airline tickets, whether you want to do Priceline, Expedia, Kayak, or any of those type of websites, or even the airlines themselves. Usually if you go directly through them and you book directly through them, they tend to give you a better discount than those other websites. So that is an option for you guys. But yes, Rome to Rio. I'll be putting the little icons up here. That way you guys can kind of see. I'm trying to like stay off of this side of the screen. That way I can keep them up so you can listen and download or check them out as we go. The next one, number two. This app is really good for finding Walmarts, truck stops, rest areas, way stations if they're open or closed. It's a very, very vital piece of information all in itself. That is Trucker Path. I've used this app for a very long time, ever since I started driving a few years ago. It's probably one of the first apps I downloaded. It's an excellent app. It gives you a lot of great information. You do not have to pay for it. The only thing you would have to, if you go with the premium, that gives you the option to use their navigation system. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, their navigation system kind of sucks. Okay, it's still kind of new. It's kind of still in the early stages of it, even though it's been around for a while. It's horrible. Stay free. Don't do the premium. It's not worth it. Okay. I will say that there are quite a few ads that can get kind of annoying if you're using it heavily. But for the most part, it's a really, really good app. Again, that is Trucker Path. It's got a little blue icon. I'll put it over here. That way you guys can check it out. Is it blurring out? I just glanced at my screen and it was kind of blurry. It better not be blurring me. Anyway, Trucker Path. Great app. Has a lot of information for you guys. Trucking space is available. The restaurants that are close by or inside the truck stop. Rest areas. It gives you information about way stations, which is super important. It will let you know if they're open or closed. You can report, let people know that are also using the app as you drive by. Really, really great information, guys. I do recommend it. If you were running diesel, as you guys probably know, the diesel prices are typically more expensive at the larger truck stops, but it does show like smaller mom and pop shops along the way too. Just make sure you double check the satellite view, because sometimes it'll have it on there, but it's not made for, especially if you're tow away. If you got like a larger unit, it's not made for any type of large vehicle, so make sure you double check that. But number 3 is Gas Buddy. It's kind of the same concept as Trucker Path, however it's more for the gas. So Driveaway units, you're going to have gas motors, you're going to have diesel motors. I typically do more gas motors because gas prices are usually cheaper. You can find a ton of different gas stations that are typically going to be cheaper than at truck stops along your routes. Again, the ads get kind of annoying, so just keep that in mind. Again, make sure that you check the satellite view, that you can actually fit your unit inside of the gas station, because some of them can be like super small, okay, with like really low overhangs. So make sure you double check before you decide to go there. Okay, number 4. This is not really driving related, but it is very important to know. For weather, I use an app called My Radar. My Radar is very good. It gives you real-time radar, what's going on, tells you temperatures. The wind typically isn't accurate, so make sure that you, I usually use NOAA for wind alerts, but there's actually literally an app called Wind Alert that I've heard that a lot of people use. I just prefer NOAA, but so just keep in mind with the wind on My Radar, it's not always accurate, okay? It's typically lower than what it's actually going on. So, but for everything else, temperatures, snowing, raining, you know, what kind of weather's going on, it's a really good app. Very easy to use. They do have a premium option that allows you to download, you know, you can get a lot more information. I just have the free version, and it does just fine for me. So I just figured out why my phone has been blurring in and out, so sorry about that, guys. I had it on the wrong setting. But anyways, number 5 is some type of way to keep track of your expenses, okay? A lot of people will scan the receipts, and then at the end of the year, they'll print it out and just mail it off. I use an app called Keeper Tax. Excellent app. I love this app. It's probably one of the better ones that I've found that works for me. I've started to not scan my receipts. What I do is I print out a monthly statement off of my business checking and my business credit card, and I use that as my copy of the receipts, okay? I don't keep receipts anymore. You know, the wild child. But yeah, so find one that works for you. I like Keeper Tax. Some people aren't going to like it. There is a monthly fee that goes with it. It is $16. And what that is for is basically you kind of have like a little bookkeeper that kind of checks in on you, checks in on everything. You know, if there's any questions or, hey, did you know you could deduct this too? They'll kind of, you know, email you or message you and say, hey, did you know that you could do this as well? Or is this part of your deduction, and blah, blah, blah. Great app. To me, it's worth the $16. I know some drivers are kind of a little frugal, so they probably don't want to pay that. There is a ton of different apps to keep track of your expenses. Some guys use QuickBooks, some guys use Expensify, some guys use, I can't even remember all the apps I've tried. Stride, I think, is another one. A ton of apps. So make sure that you find one that works for you. The way that it works is something you're comfortable with using. It's not going to be a pain in the butt every time you sit down to do it, you know. So yes, some type of receipt or expense tracking app that is going to work for you the best. So that's it. That's pretty much my top 5 list. These are the apps I use on a daily basis when I'm driving. I recommend all of them. They all have their place of importance for me, and I think it kind of covers everything into one good little solid ball. So anyways, guys, if you guys have any additional apps or any type of websites that you guys use, please leave them down below. You know, please let us know what you guys have found works best for you. That way, if one of these somebody doesn't like, they can check out the other drivers and see what you guys are doing there. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're staying safe and healthy. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff that I know you guys have been awesome at so far. We're on our way to 500 subscribers, which is crazy. We've already gained quite a few in just past couple days, and we just hit 400. So thank you guys. I really do appreciate all of the support, all of the likes, all of the comments so far. You guys have been awesome. I will see you guys in the next episode.